What is poppin' pumpkins? Hello! Okay, so I got a question from a young lady on the YouTubes. I'm not gonna put your name out there because it's nobody's business, but if you're watching enough to ask me the question, I'm sure you're watching enough to hear the response. Which I'm shocked. I make a video, I say I don't get no questions, I get questions. I'm gonna answer them. I'm gonna be paraphrasing this. She says her girlfriend is a stud and prefers to dominate in the bedroom. She's not a pillow princess, but she's okay with being submissive if it makes her girlfriend happy. Her girlfriend loves to perform oral sex, but she doesn't care to receive. She's also the only one who straps, so in her options are limited. Her girlfriend doesn't have a problem with her touching or kissing her on the body, but she's left with grinding in just her hands when it comes down to giving her girlfriend an orgasm. Do I feel she is a touch me not or typical stud? I don't know what the fuck a touch me not stud is. And if that's one of them studs that is like, don't touch me, I'll only touch you. No. Maybe it's not that she doesn't want you to touch her. Maybe she doesn't like, maybe there's a certain way she wants to be touched. So what would be typical, or, you know, kind of stereotypical of what she's going to enjoy for you to touch her and touch the cookies and the boobies, maybe that's not what, you know, you doing. Maybe she needs some extra shit. A stud is a stud. What you doing in the bedroom is your business. Quite personally, I do believe that. I know I've been like dumped that stud on stud, and I have, you know, a big opinion about a lot of things on the superficial surface. You know, on the very superficial surface of thing, I have a right-off idea and viewpoint about certain things, and everybody does. I'm just the only person who will probably tell you about it. I'm like the Bernie Mac of YouTube. I say the shit you scared to say. Fuck it. But what you do in the bedroom is your business. So if she's still a stud, whether she's touch me not or touch me there or tickle me on me or whatever the fuck it is, you know. So I got this email, I got this message, and I was so confused I had to turn to Kiana about it because I was like, I don't know what to tell you. If it's to an extent that you want to, I mean personally, if the sex is bad for me, we breaking up. That's a wrap. If it ain't popping, you got to go. My sex life is American Idol. I am Simon. If you don't perform on the first show, you ain't going to Hollywood. That's the end of that. But if you are the type of person who is willing to teach or learn, you know, something new, do something new, try something new. I asked Kiana and she was like, well, you know, maybe you should try getting creative. You know, if the sex, you said your sex life is still good given those limitations. If the sex life is good, experiment within the realms of what's going on with grinding and with your hands. Experiment with that. There's ways to make it fly. I know there are. There's tons of ways to make it fly. You can be up in the office playing boss and secretary, and in the bathrooms, in the kitchens, on the patio, closet, in the tub, on the tub. I digress. But you can make it work. You can make it pop if you really wanted to. Now, what I did notice, what I have been noticing is your lingo, your wording in this, and the word that pops up a lot in this is limit. If you feel like you're being limited, like you were being sexually, creatively stifled, you need to express this to her. That I feel like I'm being limited, I'm being boxed in sexually. Because what can possibly happen, and I don't know you from a box of rocks, but I'm just telling you, if you feel like you're being creatively, sexually stifled, you're going to fuck around and meet the freak of your dreams by accident, up in the club, in the Walmart, in the library, somewhere. You gonna bump across the bitch on YouTube, and you gonna mess around and do all that insane shit that you want to do to her to someone else. If you two don't have this connection where you express to her, like, these are things that I like to do, especially if they're things that you like to do. Your sex life is great, but then we off the chain if you could do these other things that you just going into doing. You gonna fuck around and bump uglies with somebody else. That's it. Sex makes the world go around. People gonna lie all the time, be like, it ain't that important to me. I can go on for years without sex. Whatever, because as soon as you get something, you lose your goddamn mind and you a whole nother motherfucking person. So, sex is important in a relationship. I know some people are like, it's not the key. Let me tell you something. Everything is great. Everything is Disney. Y'all are loving and respecting each other, and you're just grateful and supportful for each other, and the sex is whack. You're going to cheat. It's going to happen. If you are not being fulfilled in all the realms of this extracurricular activity called a relationship with another person, you are not going to, you're not going to seek it out to its best extent. You might not even take the time out to teach somebody else. Like, you got to figure out what you're doing, because you're going to fuck around and kill my cookie. You have to be able to either teach or learn. And that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh no, to the left. That means you have to be willing to tell somebody what you want. If you can't tell somebody what you want, to include yourself, it really starts from here. If I can't tell me and make it happen with what I want, then I can't tell someone else. And if you can't tell this young lady that you were seeing, look, I think you would touch me, not stub, and I want to touch you, you won't have a problem. Clear and simple. But if you're happy with where you're at and you're trying to figure out how to get it popping with, within the realm of your little ball, honey, there's lots of things you can do. Make it chase you. Play some tag with it. Hide and come get it. Remember that? Play some hide and go get it. Role play with it. The boss and the secretary, the teacher and the student. Who knows? Get dressed up, go to the bar one night, go to a club, go to a bar, not a club, go to a bar one night, and then act like y'all don't know each other. Come up with whole nother names. And then get to doing the things and the things and the things and the things. That way you're doing the same shit, but now that, the dichotomy of the situation has entirely changed. So, you're putting a little bit more funk on the same old groove. You get me? I hope I did something that sounded like answering your question, Pumpkins. Because it answered mine. Shit. Is she a touch me not stud? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Touch me not. Touch you not where? Why? Why can't I touch you? What, you gonna fight me? Touch me not. Touch this. Heh heh. Holla.